Okay, so hello everyone. We are Team VIzard, and we come here today to solve all of your visualization needs. Now let's begin with a chart. And yes, I will be showing a lot of charts in the next 7 minutes, so bear with me. So yeah, do you look familiar? So this is a Sankey chart. It intuitively shows where are the sources of the traffic and where are the user drop-off. So this Sankey chart is a very useful tool to visualize flows and in the diagrams. So this Sankey chart happens to also be the hardest chart and most requested chart in most BI tools. So Metabase haven't supported. And a guy asked Tableau for Sankey 12 years ago, and they just recently released a version of it. And this is a tutorial on how to make Sankey chart in Power BI, which takes 15 minutes, and it's not easy. Now, luckily, we come here with a solutions. Introducing VIzard, an interface that can make all the complex visualizations possible. So how does it work? So with VIzard, you can just intuitively select the data you want to visualize, and then use VegaLite to create your charts. So just input the VegaLite definition here, and you will have your charts. That easy. Now, you may be wondering, what if I'm not familiar with VegaLite, right? So no worries, because we got you covered. Because you can search and browse from our visualizations marketplace. So the marketplace contains a lot of examples where you can instantly add to your holistics or interact with an online playground. So just click and you can have this marginal histogram directly in your holistics, or even this gay chart, or even this heat map. Just a click. Now you may also wondering, what if VegaLite is cool, but it's not intuitive for business user, right? Then don't worry, because we got you covered as well, because every VIzard can be converted into a simple drag and drop template where you can convert the chart into a template, swap the data, and create new charts. And that's it. That's the end. Or is it? Or is it? Because the reality is much complex than what we expect. Because holistics already introduced the ability to create complex charts 2 years ago. So we have this custom charts that allow you to create complex visualizations, and we introduced it in 2022. So how is it still a problem? And in fact, I remember at least 2 prospects have go with the competitor within this year because of our visualizations capability. So why is it still a problem? So I have a hypothesis. Let's look at this chart. Let's pretend this chart represents all the visualization needs of a user. Now, usually, most people would go around here, which is the common needs. And holistics have a library of built-in visualizations that are really good at solving the common needs. Now, we also have custom charts and VIzards that can solve a lot of complex visualizations using VegaLite. Now, what about the middle region? So the middle region is what I call the gap of frustration. What is it? So let's zoom in a bit about this gap of frustrations. So the gap of frustration is when all you want to do is to expand this label to make it more readable, or to apply some conditional color to your bar chart. Now, I myself wouldn't consider these complex visualizations because it's just bar chart. But it's impossible to achieve in most BI tools because there's a lot of configurations, a lot of possibilities of how you can customize a chart. So how can we cover this much of customizations? Now, let's go into behind the scene of what happens when we at Holistic receive a request similar like this. So some customer will ask, is it possible? Then our support team from VNDT will ask, can we create this 10 key chart? And someone from the reporting team will say, I don't think it's possible, so maybe add it to the backlog. And then someone will ask, is it possible to do this with custom chart? And then 3 hours later, someone will come up with a custom chart template to answer to the customers. And sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. It's just a workaround. So this whole process leaves you end up with unsatisfied customers, a very long backlog, and a very tired product manager, which is me, because I have been handling 80% of most custom chart requests for months. So what's the solution? Luckily, we also have a solution, which is VIzard, an interface that makes simple customizations possible. Now with VIzard, you can have an AI assistant that can help you customize the chart with natural language. So you can simply highlight some charts with a condition, then it will conditionally apply the color to the chart. It takes some time though. There, as you can see. Now I can also customize the background color. Yeah, so let's recap. So VIzard, you can customize complex visualizations with Vega Lights, access to a marketplace, save as templates, and an AI assistant. And because VIzard, you can make complex visualization possible, you can make simple customizations easy, and together, you're making magic. So that's it from VIzard. We're here to solve all your visualization needs and every visualizations made possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation. So now we come to the Q&A.
Right. Thanks for a very interesting presentation. What do you see? I mean, just a question. So VIzard, can it be used by the end user, or is it something that only the data team can use?
Yeah, thank you for your questions. VIzard is built for both audience. So first of all, VIzard is an interface. Here is it? Okay. So let me pull it up. So you can see here is the interface of VIzard, right? You will have a code editor to input the Vega Light specifications to create custom visualizations. So this is targeted towards data analysts who are maybe familiar with Vega Light. Vega Light is a very popular grammars of graphics used to create custom visualizations. So this is for the data analysts. But you can also convert any VIzards into a template. So you can see here, if I save this as a template, it will automatically convert into a simple drag and drop interface that is very friendly to business user, where they can swap in the data and create new charts. So that is for the business users as well. Yeah.
And will this work for both the native charts and custom charts in holistics? I mean, the Vega Light charts and the native library charts? Will it work with all our visualizations?
Sorry, can you clarify the questions?
So right now, holistics has two kinds of chart types. The chart libraries, does it work with both of them?
Yeah. So imagine this world with VIzards. In holistics, you basically have two types of charts. The first one is the template of drag and drop, and the second one is the editor, the code editor. Currently, you can use Vega Lights in the editor, but in the future, we can also support the chart engines like HighCharts or Vega. And you can actually plug in any specification there to create your visualizations.
Right. So will this be the new workflow to create custom charts going forward? Is that something that you anticipate?
Yes, it is the new workflow.
I have one question that as a user, sometimes I don't know which chart I should use, especially when you have a ton of charts here. How can you use a spot customer in that case?
That is an excellent question that I think I should not be telling you, but showing you. So, like for example, I have this interface. So maybe I'll go back to the default state. Maybe the Wi-Fi is not working, as you can see. Oh.
Em bị lỡ liên khác em vô report. Giờ bây giờ xem được cấu.
Just a minute. Okay, so you can switch to VIzard, which is another kind of visualizations. So you can see here's the interface, right? For example, I have here a very generic retail data set. I can select maybe, you decide. You can select for me 2 fields, please. Region and quantity. Okay, so as you may say, you are an analyst, you are a business user, you may not know which type charts to visualize. So what I would do is to pull up the assistants and then I will ask them to create something interesting for me. As you can see, there's a typo there, but don't worry because the AI will understand it. So just wait a few seconds. Just a few seconds. Wow. So you can see that this is the specs that it generates. You can decide to keep or apply the new versions here. So within a few seconds, you already have a chart. So the reason why it works so well, because we are basing on the VEGA-like syntax, which is a very popular open source syntax. And because of that, we were able to train it really well. So maybe I can add another field in and then ask them to create something interesting again. Let's see how it goes. Voila! It already applied the new field in as a color.
It's very interesting. Because actually I am from tech guy, but sometimes I curious about the business inside. Of course, I have permission to access any kind of data to give, but I don't know how to visualize that. So if I have something like that, it's very useful for me.
Yeah. So like I said, so in your case, most of the time, what you need is some really common charts, but you don't know how to get started. So the assistant is a great place to get started.
I know you're working on a staging version of holistics, right? But how do you envision a customer going from, let's say, a report and they want to apply a change to that gap of frustration, right? So they're saying the label is wrong. How do they go here?
Okay, so this is actually the core interface to create and edit all the reports in holistics. So, for example, if I go to a dashboard, I don't know if there's any dashboard that I can go to here. Maybe this one. Oh, it's empty. So, for example, here's a very random dashboard. So, if I click on edit the report, it actually takes me back to the same interface,
Thanks.
which I can edit the report. Yeah,
Very nice.
thank you.
I think the chat asked which should be using this one. So-
Yeah, because we are wizards, we don't use dark magic like witches, so it works.
Nice.
Just curious, does it work with tables too? For example, you want to change the data, the formatting.
Does it work with tables? Does it work with tables? Here's our master of tables, guys. So in theory it works, but the Vega Lite may not be the best solution for generating tables. But like I said, because it's flexible enough, we can plug in other chart engine in the editor and to solve the table problems. Yeah.
To generate the chart like you did earlier with the data or the small set of data, where does the data go? Is it saved somewhere? Is it an API backend that goes to OpenAI?
Yeah. So currently, we do not send the data anywhere. What we send is the metadata of the field you select. So for example, the data type, the field name, and based on the types of data, the types of that field, for example, temporal field or numeric or categorical, we will use that to generate the appropriate visualizations. So your data is safe within holistics. Yep.
Great.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you, VIzard, for your presentation.